Manchester United, England's most successful club. The Red Devils boast 13 different Premier League titles, 12 FA Cups and 3 Champions Leagues. You could even say a perfect club. Wrong! Ever since Fergie's retirement in 2013, things have gone south for United and are projected to get even worse. A host of managerial talent has tried and failed to turn this juggernaut around. But now, for 2 weeks only, the responsibility falls on the shoulders of this man to steer United to one more Premier League title. Can it be done? Well, strap yourself in, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Hello folks, welcome back to yet another episode of my Football Manager 2020 game save with Manchester United. We're still in beta format, but we're not no beta team, boys. We are actually top of the Premier League at the moment without a defeat. We sit up there alongside Manchester City with 75 points on the board. However, the elephant in the room is Liverpool, who sit in third spot, 2 games in hand, 70 points on the clock as well. If they win those 2 games in hand, they would go above both Manchester clubs into top spot. But hopefully we're going to put a massive dent into their chances today as we lock horns against Liverpool at Anfield. I think a draw would be an okay result, but it's going to be a tough old slog. But let's bring you up to date with what's going on since you last were with me. We did the last episode. It was back-to-back ball draws, I'm afraid, in the last one. But since then, it's been okay. We took on Benfica at Old Trafford in the Europa Cup, and we won 1-0. Played my second string 11 here, and it was Zlatan Ibrahimovic with the only goal from the penalty spot to give us the advantage. Then we're back to my first team bad boys as we took on Wolves at Molineux, and we won 2-0. Paul Pogba scoring on the 20th minute. Is it a long ranger? Is it a long ranger? Of course it's a long ranger. From outside the box. Smashed that one home. No problem. Then it was Milic, who's continued to set the place on fire, especially the division. He headed home. United second. And that secured all 3 points. Then we actually took it back to the Europa League and we actually lost this one. I couldn't believe it. It was a bit of a flip-flop game. Again, rotated the squad. Played my second string 11, including their veteran, matey boy Lee Grant. He got in there, but it was absolutely a shit show. But we managed to scrape through on away goals. Haris Stevanovic opened up the scoring for Benfica with this effort. Long range. Grant had no chance. 1-0 down. Then they actually extended their lead to take control of the tie as a whole. Armende to make it 2-0, 2-1 on aggregate. Then it looked to be out of our hands here with this long-range effort to make it 3-1 on the night, or 3-0 on the night, 3-1 on aggregate. However, we dug deep. Zlatan headed home to make it 3-2 on aggregate. Is that right? 3-2 on aggregate? Yes, it was. And then this one to level it home, 3-3. Jesse Lingard back in the good books. On aggregate. So we lost on the day, came through on away goals to take on Besiktas in the next round. And then most recently, I've just taken on Manchester United with rotated 11 once again. Decided to play the reserves besides David De Gea. The reason being because this game was so close to this next match against Liverpool that I thought, you know what, I'm not going to play any of my big boys. I need to keep them reserve in the fresh and ready for this one. So we won 1-0. The only goal coming on the 66th minute. Zlatan. It was the Zlatan show once again. Lovely volley. He could still knock him in the back of the net despite his ages of 38 years of age. That's his fifth goal. Since his return, that's not bad. That's not a bad haul. Now today we're going to do something a bit weird. We're supposed to be Liverpool, then we'll sidestep the Brighton game and then come back for the City game. Today we're just going to do the Liverpool. We're going to sidestep the Besiktas doubleheader and the Brighton game and come back for the City game. And then we'll bring you up to date with what's going on in the Europa Cup. We'll show you the goals in action in this one. As it stands, it looks like we've got maybe 3, well, including today's episode, we have at least 2 more episodes to wrap up the season, but we'll have a look and see what's going on first. Here it is, probably the biggest game of the year so far, the second biggest game of the year, or the next biggest game is not far away. But first and foremost, standing on our way is Liverpool at Anfield. We're not playing the greatest, despite our unbeaten campaign so far. We do sit top of the pile at the moment, but Liverpool are waiting in the wings, and they are going to be coming at all angles with us on this one. Sadio Mane is out, which is a blessing for us, but we have also not got Marcus Rashford, so we're gonna be playing out the best squad that we got, which is De Gea at goal, Shaw at left back, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Pogba, McTominay in midfield, Martial on the left, James on the right, Maddison and Milic up top. We have a strong enough bench that hopefully we'll be able to change the game if we need to. Let's just give it our best shot, eh? Quick look at the hosts. Alisson between the sticks. Gundiam at the left back, Gomez at the right back, Matip, Lovren, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Salah, Origi, and Firmino. So Henderson, Keita, and there's no Alexander-Arnold, and there's no Robertson, which is interesting. Okay, away we go. Let's change this up. A point here would be good for us, I think. And then it would all put all the pressure on the game against Manchester City, which I believe is at Old Trafford. Did I select the highlights? I did. Get creative. Chance here for somebody. Alisson Becker hoofs it out there, which is picked up by a United player, but here come Liverpool once again, headed onwards towards Firmino. Chamberlain now out to the right hand side for Gomez. He's playing that right back, crosses it in there, and De Gea picks it out of thin air. A bit of a Hollywood save there, but we'll take it. De Gea launches it towards James, but it's come out to a Liverpool man, and here they come again. Oh, James picks his pocket. He's got a couple supporting out numbers, but he decides to go for goal. Becker with the acrobatics pushes it over. This game is lighting up as we get closer towards half time. Madsen with the corner. It's nowhere near anybody, and it's just punted clear by Liverpool. No nonsense football. Just get it out there. We've dominated possession, but they've dominated with chances. And here we go, the final opportunity of the half. It looks like Fabinho for Liverpool. Under a bit of pressure by a Liverpool man, a Man United man. Forced backwards all the way to Lovren. They don't have the strongest back line here with no Van Dijk. Maybe they got caught out with the games today ratio. Gomez whips across it, headed clear. Picked up now by United. Oh, it's gone as far as Fabinho. Wijnaldum crosses it out to Gomez. This is worrying. It's a long-ass highlight. Chamberlain headed clear, only as far as another Liverpool man. Wijnaldum keeps it going for Liverpool. Long-range efforts. If we can force them to just have long-range efforts, we'll be all right all day. So far, so good for United. 0-0 at Anfield. We dominate possession, but we could do with a few more chances. Okay, second half. A couple of yellows at the back line there. Maguire and Lindelof. Is it worth making any changes? I've only got one actual centre back to come in there. Show some passion, boys. I'm not going all out attacking unless we need to. You know what? I'll grind out this 0-0 if needs must. Say 5 minutes on the clock. Is it, though? Is it the day for Zlatan to come back and haunt Liverpool at Anfield? I don't know if he's haunted them in the past, but is it, though? Is it the chance? What can we do here? Let's do something a little bit crazy. Take James off for Dalot. I'm going to fire them up there, like that. Now, what else we got? We've got Van der Beek for McTominay. Let's go. Throwing all my cards on the table here, boys. Throwing all my cards on the table. Uh-oh. It's a corner, though, for United. Madsen fires it in. It's cleared on as far as Keita for Liverpool. Ow, shit beds. Shit the beds, boys. It's 2-on-1. Keita's going a long way. He's hit the woodwork. He's hit the pissing woodwork. We live and breathe. One more time. Let's crank it up to attacking, eh? There's no muck about here. Let's try and go for the last 10 minutes. Three minutes to stop. It's going to peter out, isn't it? It's going to peter out to a 0-0 draw. It's happened. I think I'll be the happier out of the two teams on that. It just keeps them level, but we'll take a look at the table, see what that's done. It's not been electric this past few games for United. A couple of little milestones down here. Clean sheet with De Gea, show the goalkeeper's now played. Luke Shaw made his 100th appearance for United. Pogba 125th, and Dalot is 25th. Okay, so what has that done to the table? Well, what's it done? It's actually probably put a bit of a can of whoop-ass in Liverpool's direction. They've got 2 games in hand. Win those, and they would only go up to 77 points, which would be still at least second spot. United are in with 76 points as it stands. City, though, lead the way with 78 points, 2 points clear of United, but we do play them next in this video. I'm going to be playing 3 games before that, off camera. I'll bring up to date with all those stuff. So yeah, and if we win that, we'll go top of the table with 79 points. So it's still a very, very tight race. It's a 3-horse race right now, and I'm just happy to be in the conversation. So here we are, we're back once again, just to bring up to date with what the games that you had missed. In the last one, where were we? We drew with Liverpool. So since then, we drew with Besiktas in the Europa Cup first leg, 1-1. Tyler Boyd got the opening goal for the hosts on this one. Rifles at home on the 12th minute. But then it was the Zlatan show once again. Obviously, this is his baby. Van der Beek to Zlatan, long range effort. Picked that one out, 22 minutes on the clock. 1-1. Even Stevens. Then you missed a bit of a barnstormer over at Old Trafford as we won 7-0 against Brighton. That's 7. Milic kicked us off around about the 8th minute with this effort. Pogba's shot was parried. There was Milic to make it 1-0. He may have got the opening goal, but the story of the day was Dan James. That's his first of 3 today, midway through the half. The third goal for United, Shaw providing the cross, Milic heading home. That was 3-0. That's his second of the day. That would be his last. The fourth goal come out to Martial. He rams that bad boy home. We're going to 4 now. Into the second half we go. Shaw providing the cross this time. Comes out to James. Gets his second. Our 5th, I think. I'm losing plot here. The 6th goal. Dan James getting him is stuck in there for the hat-trick there to make it 6. And, of course, no day can be complete without Zlatan coming in there with, I think, his 7th goal of the season since he's joined us in January. He headed on home to make it 7. Job done. 3 points in the bag. And then we wrapped it up against Besiktas at Old Trafford, 2-0 to go through 3-1 an aggregate. Goals coming from, I think Jesse Lingard got us up and running, did he? Yep, he headed that bad boy home. And again, Zlatan was on show to add yet another goal to his tally. He's doing bits right now. Definitely proved to be a shrewd bargain for having an extra pair of legs up top. 2-0 on the day, 3-1 aggregate. We're into the hat to take on Atletico Madrid in the semis. So we're going to wrap it up here right now with the biggest game of the season. It is Manchester City in the Premier League. We actually above them on goal difference as it stands. A win, and I think we could be on the way to bringing back the Premier League trophy to Old Trafford. So it all boils down to this, folks. A massive day over in the Premier League as we have the Merseyside derby and, of course, the Manchester derby. Both kicking off at the same time as midweek games as well. So, yeah. What could happen in this one? Let's take a look at the table now. So Liverpool, they do have 2 games in hand on us. And again, if they were to win both of those, they would go up to 80 points. So they would lead the way. So Everton, though, they're in 10th spot. Obviously, a lot of pride on the line here. But it could all amount to nothing if after the end of this game we're victorious. We might break away, or at least have the edge going into the final few games. So earlier in the campaign we did beat Manchester City over at their place, so I guess they're expecting to kind of redo the favour. Where was it? It was a 1-0 win at Old Trafford. Milic with the goal back in there. So can we do the double over them in the league? Well, I hope so. Bloody well hope so. So let's go and take a look at the teams coming into this. We've got pretty much all you can choose, really, except for Rashford. He's the only one that won't make it. So De Gea in goal, Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Pogba, McTominay, Martial on the left, James on the right, Maddison and Milic up top. We've got Zlatan on the bench. Lingard's been doing good in the old Europa League, and Van der Beek. So some options if we need it, but hopefully we won't. And let's try and grab it. Should we play a little bit cautious? Let's play a little bit balanced here, just to start the game. So look at the opposition. They got a similar formation. They've actually got a holding midfielder. We have decided against that. Ederson between the sticks. Mendy, Laporte, Stones and Cancelo. Rodri to Silva, De Bruyne, Sterling, the other Silva, and Aguero up top. Shinchenko, Fernandinho, Sane amongst others on the bench. So here it is. All bows down to this. It looks like we might have a highlight straight from kickoff, which is never great. Especially when you're playing Manchester City. Cancelo, hustled. De Bruyne, Rodrigo, Sergio, loose ball, James picks it up, good chance for us down the middle, Milic, he's got support, he's got on the overlap, Martial, instant goal, 36 seconds on the clock, but the VAR machine will kick it to gear. It looks like he was offside, if I'm honest with you, probably been struck off. Got a hair in my face. And we have another highlight. It looks like Man United on the break. Maddison dances around his opponent. Tries to keep it going. Whips a cross in over the top of everybody to the right-hand side to Wan-Bissaka. Keep it moving. McTominay, don't stumble. Probably one of my weakest links, I'd say, in this team. Wan-Bissaka looking for an option. Going backwards a little bit to Maguire. Slabhead all the way through to De Gea. This is not great. But we get it back through Wan-Bissaka. We've got a runner in the middle. Nice done. Dan James switches it over to the left-hand side. This time Martial puts it left. To left. And wide of the post. So a couple of exciting chances there for United fans, but at the minute it's still 0-0. It's also 0-0 in the Merseyside derby. In fact, Liverpool just take the lead. They're on the surge. Here comes Man City, but he's got his pocket pick from Wan-Bissaka. Pulls it back from Maguire. Loose ball. Here comes Man City. He's got time. He's got space. Strikes De Gea with the monster save. Plucks it out of thin air, and it'll be a corner for City. 25 minutes on the clock. Over the top of everybody. Headed clear by McTominay. Gets the final touch, but Rodrigo will pick it up and he'll roll it out of play for a United throw. Now a draw, it's not great. It's great for Liverpool, especially if they win if they beat Everton, which they're doing. It closed them down to just 3 points. Still 2 games in hand. That was a shit ball. Bernardo Silva slots it home. We're in a bit of a trouble, boys. We need to be a little bit more positive now. Show a bit of passion and hopefully bounce back and get ourselves into this game. This could be our downfall. We've been so great all season. And look how close Arsenal are. They are so close. It's unbelievable how good we've been all season. We're yet to lose a game until possibly today, and Arsenal is just 3 points behind. So second half, I'm looking at my bench. I'm looking at Van der Beek and Ibrahimovic to come on at some point, probably around about now. Milic has been a bit of a spectator. McTominay doesn't really thrill me with excitement. We're going to crank it up. We've got to go for it. We have to. We are losing. Confirm changes. Play. Get creative. Martial's on a shitstorming performance here. We need to change that up a bit, I think. Who can play there? Madsen, can you play there? Last few minutes, we're going for it, showing some passion. This could be the downfall. Corner, City, bundled away. Lingard will hoof it clear only as far as Stones. The United players are coming in force. Forced all the way back to Edison, who's well out of his area. Lepotre onto the left-hand side. Mendy switches play over to the right-hand side. Bernardo slips it for Fernandinho. Oh, it's over. Fernandinho has put the icing on the cake. Maybe straight from kickoff if we can get a highlight or a goal from this. Wan-Bissaka, keep it moving. Van der Beek, no stalling here. We got to get a shot on target here at least. Maddison's playing on the left hand side. Martial was a bit of a dog shit today. We've been found out by the other half of Manchester. Maddison keeps it moving. Shaw, don't mess it up. Pogba gets it. Lingard. Oh, big mistake. This could be 3. They're on the break. They're on the push. We've got so many bodies forward. Look at that ball. Sergio Aguero doesn't miss from there, but he does. He pissing well does. Yes, this is not great. It puts them 3 points clear with limited games. Liverpool could even overtake us as it stands. Final 7 minutes here. If anything, we need to make this highlight ours. We need to counter-attack this son of a bitch, but I doubt it. I doubt it's going to go our way. Ooh, sliding tackle. Picked up still by Man City. Keeps the move alive. All on his own, Mendy. Pulls it back. Beautiful strike, David Silva's 3-0. It's absolutely demolition job. You know what? Oh my goodness. Everton have made it a little bit interesting though. They've levelled it. So it might work in a little bit of our favour if we want to be second. Because right now, Man City are running away with it, and they're running away with this game. They've absolutely battered us today. But we're going for it. We're Tony Mowbraying it. We could either lose 1-0 or we'll lose 3-0 by giving us a bit of an attempt at trying to win this game, or trying to at least score a goal, for crying out loud. Last 4 or 5 minutes here of stoppage time. Man City, if anything, I think they're going to score a fourth. Yeah, Sergio Aguero's 20th of the season. We've been ripped apart, if I'm honest with you. Been ripped apart. Is it over for us for the title race? Another, please do not make it 5. Please do not make it 5. Get a goal, will you? Come on, hustle them. Where's your passion, you mongoloids? Yeah, it's going to be 5. Do something. Do something. De Gea with the save. To go through this season, 33 games unbeaten, to choke in the final stages, it's a hard one to take, that one. And Martial, what the shit show were you doing today? Well, this is what the table looks like. Liverpool did nick it at the end. Origi, of course it is. Lastminute.com. They have 2 games in hand with us. They could still win the league with 80 points, 83 points if they win the games in hand, and it'll push us down to 3rd. I think we're as good as safe for Champions League football. But it's not where I want to be, folks. I would want to be much higher, with a bigger cushion, because Arsenal are not far away. We've only lost 1 game. They've lost 6. And only 3 points separate the 2 sides. So, moving forward, in tomorrow's episode, we'll do the Europa League. I think the semi-final. We'll do those. I'll bring you up to date with the games against Norwich. And also we'll sidestep the Burnley game. I'll give you an update on that. And then we'll come back around for the final 2 games of the season. Could be final 3 games if you include the Europa League. But until then, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you give this video some love in. Make sure you smash that thumbs up and smash the subscribe. Again, get your transfer suggestions in now for the new season. Where are we short? Where are we short? If I'm looking at the team here, let's go to the team report. Where's the squad depth? If I'm looking at this, maybe a striker. I don't know. I think we're okay with Rashford, Milic and Ibrahimovic for another season. I think on the right-hand side, Ben Alpha, I'm going to bin him off. Lingard might be on his way. We have on this side Martial, Rashford and Maddison, should we go there. In the middle of the park, we have Maddison, Pogba, Van der Beek. So I'll probably look at a central midfielder or 2. So Bruno Fernandes is an option. The left-hand side defence, I could do with some coverage as well. Maybe even one of those. Maybe even a carbon copy of the Wan-Bissaka, or sort of say Delo. Someone who could play both flanks. Yeah. Centre back. Do we need another centre back? Maguire. Thiago Silva might be on his way out. But I think honestly, a full back, probably one who could play both sides. A central midfielder, at least one of them. Not any of these 2 guys. We probably want to spend some money. And then definitely a right-sided midfielder. James can be okay at some starts, but other than that, if he's out injured, we're scrambling. But anyway, that's what I've got for you. Get your predictions in, or your transfer suggestions in nice and early. And hopefully, is there any hope with us left in this? Manchester City, what have they got left on their books? They have to take on Arsenal at the end. That could be a bit of a banana skin. So you never know. Fingers crossed. Hopefully they'll slip it up. They've also got some Champions League football and an FA Cup to boot. Until I see you again, we'll do it all again tomorrow. Ciao for now.
Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.